This is Mavericks All Access with Omaha Athletics, hosted by Anna Bellinghausen.
Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming out to the Hurrdat Sports Bar. Alongside with me, head coach Mike Gabinet. Hockey season already almost here. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it seems like it's snuck up on us quick, but we're definitely excited to get going.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have an exhibition coming up on Saturday already against Minnesota State. But I want to talk about the makeup of this team. So you return 18 letter winners. You lose 8 guys from last season, but then bring in 8 newcomers. What have you seen so far from this group?
Man, it's been a fun group to work with. I've said that from kind of day one, just with our returning guys and the character level and the culture that they've helped instilled with our program, and then the addition of 8 new players, 5 transfers, 3 freshmen. There's been a really good just gel, good feeling for the group coming together. So really excited. They were here in the summertime to train and take some summer school, and I think that was a really nice kind of low pressure situation. You get to know each other and build that trust, and now we're getting to the season. I'm excited to see what these guys can do when the season starts up.
Yeah, I know a lot of Maverick fans in here were super excited to hear Nolan Sullivan, Jack Randall, Matt Miller, Kirby Proctor, among others, come back to this team. What does that say just about the program and guys wanting to return as a Maverick?
Yeah, I think it says a lot. I think it's, those are special players, special people, and to have them return to our program. Nowadays, there's options to go other places, and to have all those guys come back, I think that speaks volumes of the city, the university, and our program. We couldn't be more happy to have those guys return.
What were those conversations like with those guys?
Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit touch and go at the end of the season. We had, a couple of those guys had some really good pro offers as well. So for them to kind of compliment to making that step to pro or coming back for one more year of college, and again, I think they bought into what we're doing here, and they're a big part of it, and they want to continue to be a part of it. So just having those guys back, it's been huge, and really excited to keep building with those guys, and they're all going to have great years this year.
Yeah, and so much experience you're returning to, a lot of fifth-year guys. What does that do just for the dynamic of the team?
I think it just helps instill the culture with the new players. I think when you have that level of returning players with their leadership abilities, and they help influence those guys that come in and show them how to do things, and they've done a tremendous role in that. They take a lot of pride and responsibility being leaders, and I couldn't ask. And from a coaching standpoint, that really helps when they're reiterating your message. They're helping drive that culture themselves, and they've done a great job with the new incomers and the new transfers.
Yeah, let's talk about those newcomers, starting with those transfers. What did you see in the guys that you got, specifically from the Big Ten?
Well, you know what? We recruited those guys a little bit the first time around, so it's kind of nice. We were, I think, in the final 2 or 3 with Zach Ertl when he committed to Wisconsin, and so now opportunity arose to get him again, and same with Dom Vidoli. So some of those guys, it's kind of neat to see. You maybe don't get them that first crack at them, and they go to another program, but then you're one of their first calls when they come into the portal. So really excited with Zach Ertl and Dom Vidoli coming in, and then we have Jesse Lansdale from Notre Dame, who obviously knew Pavanka from the year before. We had some good success with helping him transfer from Notre Dame, and then we have Seth Isley from Lake State and Net. So yeah, really good group of the 5 transfers coming in, and I think they're all bringing a different element to our team, and we're excited to add them.
Yeah, you pretty much recruit all year round, whether that be guys in the transfer portal or guys coming out of high school. What's your biggest sell to them in coming to Omaha?
I think just exposing them to Omaha and exposing them to our program and what we do here. I think that's one of the biggest things that we try to accomplish through the recruiting process. Nobody's usually from right around this area or has a great understanding of Nebraska or Omaha before we educate them on it. So getting them on campus, getting them to the city, just realizing how special a place this is. Once we do that, we have a great chance of getting them.
You just say, hey, it's not Grand Forks, so it's right. Omaha at least. You got a city here.
That's right, exactly. It's a great city.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk about the freshman and sophomore group too. We'll talk to 2 of those sophomores coming up here, but what have you seen just from those young guys?
Again, just growth. I think just growth. When you watch them from last year kind of getting their feet wet, and all of them had some major contributions by the end of the last season. When we talk about Simon and Net, coming there and really establishing himself as a premier goalie in the second half of the season, and seeing with Jacob Slipec coming in there and kind of getting his feet wet and then really being a contributor down the stretch in the second half. And that's what we want to see out of your young players as they transition from freshmen to sophomores.
And especially in the era of the transfer portal too, how have you seen that just change the recruiting process for you?
Yeah, to be honest, it's just lots of moving parts. A little bit difficult probably nowadays just to handle, who's coming back, who's leaving, who's signing pro, who's coming in. So lots of moving parts, but I think you just got to make the best decision at the time that you can for the program, for your team, and then move forward.
Yeah, and how do you attack that too, just from finding the needs within your team, saying, hey, I can go out and get these guys, but you also want to balance and growing guys up throughout that program.
Yeah, exactly. So I think you want to probably a little mix of both. Sometimes maybe if you're a little bit light in a certain situation, you can add some experience or some depth in that spot. Is a good maybe time to use the portal. But I think you always want to have your foundational piece by guys that came into your program as freshmen, develop them, and hopefully have them be successful amongst their 4 years here.
Yeah, and speaking of NCAA rule changes, so you're allowed to now have a third assistant join that full-time staff, and you got Peter Aubrey. Can you tell me just about Peter and what he's going to bring to Omaha?
Yeah, it was it was a long process just doing all the interviews throughout the summer to add a new assistant coach and then a new director of hockey operations. But through that process, it's always great. You get to meet a lot of good people and talk to a lot of people. So at the end of the day, Peter Aubrey kind of emerged through a mutual friend a little bit there. He had some opportunities at the National Hockey League level, and we were fortunate enough to get him here. And just, brings a lot of really good insight, not only from a 5-on-5 perspective, but a penalty kill perspective, from a development and goal scoring perspective, but also really knows his goaltenders. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of probably what his role is with Chicago Blackhawks there. So I think goaltending is kind of like quarterbacks nowadays. It's such an important position, and you really got to have a voice, someone there to help them learn and grow and challenge them a little bit to continue to grow and get better. And he's doing that as well as helping out with the team.
Do you feel like the NCAA is kind of catching up to the needs of hockey teams with adding that third assistant?
Yeah, I think when you look at some of the other sports that have more coaches than we do with less players, I think, and then, there's quite a few times last year I'm running practice by myself. Well, that's 26 players and one coach, and so that's not the best environment for the athletes, and all these guys want nothing but, video and practice and skill work, and they want to spend a lot of time with you and work on their own development. I think that's one thing. We have elite players here, and elite players want to get better, and so I think now for us to be able to provide the coaching for them and that constant level of care is really important.
So the NCHC polls dropped. Omaha placed 6th in those. For some reason, they always just put you guys low. Last year, finishing 3rd, but being put as 7th last season. Do you even look at those polls or discuss that with the team?
Yeah, not really. I think, I think just it's kind of just outside noise, and we just got to focus on the actions that are going to help us get better and help us improve. And I think that speaks to the conference too, right? If a traditional hockey powerhouse would have to be out of the top 4 if they don't put them there. And so I think that's just kind of how that rolls a little bit when you play in this conference. And so for us, hey, it's about us, about how we're developing, what we're doing on a day-to-day basis, and that's where we put all our effort towards.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're comparing this to football, the NCHC is obviously the SEC of hockey, so it's not a bad thing necessarily to even be picked because you look at those teams and where they lie in the rankings. Yeah,
exactly. We've got 5 teams, I think, right now in the preseason top 17, mm-hmm. right? So that speaks to the conference strength, and I think we're going to be right there with all those teams.
Yeah, so looking back at last year, obviously a heartbreaker to North Dakota at home in the NCHC playoffs, how often does that slip into your mind?
Yeah, you know what, I said it. I think I said it at media day. I think last year that loss was probably the toughest loss I think I've had as a coach here, just because I just didn't want the season to end. I think I don't think the group wanted it to end either. And but give North Dakota credit. They played well, but I think that's just kind of, I love that fact that was just kind of one of those feelings where it's just like, man, it shouldn't be over right now. And so I think that's all still in our minds a little bit there as we do the daily grind that we're doing right now.
So people called last year a rebuild, if you will. They're talking about reloading talent, but then you end up with tying your best finish in the NCHC. What do you call this year then? Because you return so much of that talent. You add these grad transfers. You add these great freshmen. What are you expecting? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, you know what? I think just not to define it. Just kind of let it be this team. Like I said to the guys, this is the 1 year this team will be together. So I think this team's its own team, and we're unique to that personnel and that team for this season. So I think we just stay focused on this team will be this team, and we just be the best team we can be.
Other breaking news throughout the offseason, Arizona State will be added to the NCHC. Coach, I just wanted your perspective on that and adding a team. I'm sure we won't mind some trips to the desert every January or February or so.
Yeah, you bet. It definitely weather-wise, that'll be nice. I think the conference just got tougher, if you can imagine that. But I think just from the administrative standpoint, the brand recognition with ASU and our fans knowing who they are, and like you said, those trips to Phoenix, I think will be highly attended by the alumni and the donors and the fan group, which will be great. And so, I think it's gonna be really just to help our conference be even stronger.
You guys excited to go to Arizona? Yeah, we're getting some. Yep, no more North Dakota trips. We're going down to Tempe. I want to also talk about some breaking news from today. So you guys will be in the Icebreaker tournament in Las Vegas, and it's a stacked field. So it's Omaha, Minnesota, Air Force, and UMass. How did that all come together?
Well, Kemper wanted to go to Vegas.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's kind of.
He's in the house somewhere. Where is he?
Yeah, exactly. I know he's in here.
Oh, there he is.
So I think that's how it came about. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, just great opportunity. Actually, credit to Mike Kemp. He got that rolling a little bit too, and I think we've got a couple cool. I don't know if they're going to release another tournament we're going to be playing in next year as well. But so some really neat destination places, which I think with our fan base is awesome because we travel well, and I think fans are always looking forward for those good trips.
Yeah, and also getting an exciting home series against Ohio State at home. I also want to talk about how that comes together playing a Big Ten team.
Yeah, it's great. We were in Ohio State maybe a few years ago now, so they owed us a return game there. So it worked out well for this schedule to get them here, and I think it's going to be a great, get them in October here. I think they're ranked maybe top 10, 12 right now in the country there, so it's going to be a really good opponent to play at Baxter Arena, which will be exciting.
Yeah, you got a tough non-conference schedule. Why is it so important for you to put that together?
Yeah, I think you just got to try to find that balance. As you mentioned, we're usually a top 8 team, I think, every year since I've been here in strength of schedule for the whole country, and so I think it's really important to have those good opponents and have a balanced schedule a little bit. So trying to, and also it's not as easy as it sounds. So trying to get people to come to Omaha, we're not necessarily close for the Eastern teams or things like that. So you just got to kind of work. Kemper's been a big help kind of organizing some of that stuff, and all the staffs kind of communicate with each other and try to find some good quality opponents to bring to Omaha that we can go play.
Yeah, also I know the fans are just excited to see that sort of opponent as well. We've seen an increase in attendance. I was talking to Austin Rush before, and the season tickets are also up there as well. Just seeing an uptick of attendance, of support, what does that mean to you and just this program?
I think it's great. I think the guys love playing in front of packed crowds, and I think it just goes to the focus level of the team that's selling tickets and promoting the games and doing all those things. That's a lot of hard work, and I think you're seeing the benefits of that in our people coming out to supporting the game, and also the guys playing well and doing well and feeding off the fans and getting them excited as well. I think it's been a great combination of everybody kind of pulling on the same rope, and we've got to keep packing Baxter Arena.
Absolutely. One thing else that gets the fans excited, the white sweaters that just came out with the bowl on the front. Did that take some convincing for you? Who's the mastermind behind that?
You know what? I think they just told me, hey, it's coming. So
you had no say.
Yeah. I didn't have my pencil and paper up drawing the jerseys up there, but yeah, exciting. I think I saw them come the other day, and they look great, and I think the boys are excited to wear them there. So look good, feel good, play good, right?
For sure. Yeah. Exhibition against Minnesota State coming up against Saturday. We were talking a little bit beforehand of what you kind of want to see. No pressure, really. You're not scouting Minnesota State. What do you want out of your team for a matchup like that?
Yeah, just experience. I think we do have 8 new incomers there, and I think guys are going to be in a little bit different roles this season compared to last. So just some experience. I think it's really nice to play another NCAA opponent, especially the one of the quality of Mankato, just to give our guys a real test, get some real feedback from the game. I think that's the biggest thing we're looking for, some immediate feedback on how we're doing things and what's working, what we need to keep improving on. So anytime you get a chance to play a good opponent and get everybody in the lineup and get some good experience. And I know the guys are hungry to play right now. You can tell we're right on that edge of, hey, we've practiced against each other long enough now, and we're excited to play somebody else.
Do you feel farther along with this team than you were at this point last year?
Again, I think in some ways yes, in some ways no. I think those 8 newcomers, they take a while to get up to speed, but I've really been pleasantly surprised with how fast they're learning. And as you mentioned, some of the leadership group we have this year really helps that come along when they're taking responsibility to help the new players develop and learn as well. So it's a great kind of marriage between everybody, and I think that's going to serve us well here as the season starts.
Before we get to some fun questions, if you had to give a motto for the season, what would it be?
I think talking to the captains the other day, we kind of had, they've kind of came up. I won't release it yet, actually. I'll let them. It's not officially out yet. Okay. They haven't officially decided yet. But I think we're going to play really hard. I think we're going to play really hard, be hard to play against, play as a team. Whether we're up by 2 or down by 2, we're going to be the same way. And I think just that mental toughness when I think about this group and the character levels, and it really shine through in big moments. So really excited to watch these guys play.
You ready for some fun stuff now?
Sure.
All right, so we're going to give Coach the opportunity to call out some of the players on this team. Okay. Some good, some bad, some in between. But we'll start off with the easy one. Who is the most energetic player at practice?
Oh, energetic player. I will go with. I'll go with two. I'll go with Matty Miller. He brings it every day. Practices just like he plays, and I'll go with my boy over here, Jacob Slipec, as well. He does the exact same thing. How he practices, how he plays.
All right, we'll have to follow up to see if that's true for you guys. Next one. This could be controversial. Who on the team would you not let pick out a tattoo for you?
Pick out a tattoo for me?
Yep.
A lot of them, probably. A lot of them would. Who for sure would I not let pick out a tattoo for me? Oh, man. I'm going to say Simon. Maybe.
Oh, wow.
I would want maybe with the language
He's
barrier.
throwing his hands up.
Yeah, maybe with the language barrier. I don't want to just maybe something might get messed up there. Yeah, exactly.
That's true. You don't know what they're talking about.
That's right.
All right, next one. Who on the team would be the most likely to have their own reality TV show?
Oh, man. Own reality TV show. I don't know if we have too many guys that are like big time social, kind of want the spotlight on them. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'm trying to think here.
You can go coaches too.
Maybe I'll go Joachim Lemay because he's likes the outdoors. Maybe we could do an outdoor show following him around.
All right,
yeah.
We've got a follow up for that one for this next question. Which player would do the best on the show Survivor?
I'd go with Joachim Lemay. He likes he likes horses. He likes to be outside. He likes to build fires. So he's
build fires.
Yeah, he's one of those outdoors guys that I think he rather spend time outside than inside.
So who would be the worst on the show?
Oh man, maybe Jimmy Glenn. Jimmy Glenn. I don't know.
Poor Jimmy.
Maybe Jimmy. I'll go with Jimmy for. I don't know if he's got as much experience. That's probably throwing him under the bus a bit. So I don't know. But I'll just go with Jimmy Glenn. He was good though. Him and Slipec did the hype video the other day. One of our best videos we've seen. So I just kind of more categorize him as the technology guy.
Okay.
Hence not good on Survivor.
Likes to stay indoors. I understand.
There you go.
Funniest player on the team. Who's got the best humor?
See, when I walk into the room, everything gets pretty quiet. That's what usually happens. I always say, "What are you guys talking about?" Yeah, and I would say best sense of humor. Who's always got something to say? I might go Jimmy Glenn again. He's got a good sense.
Okay, so he has a strength and weakness.
Yeah,
is what we're hearing. All right, last one. Who has the best nickname on the team? I know hockey guys are really into the nicknames.
I know our new guy, our new player, Jesse Lansdale, they call Spurge, right? They call Spurge because he looks like Jared Spurgeon, the captain of the Wild.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that was
I'm going to have to look that up.
I thought that was kind of nice. They look like twins. So Spurge is his nickname.
All right, Coach. Well, you survived all the questions, so congratulations on that. Last thing we'll wrap up this portion of the show with, what are you most looking forward to for the season?
I'm just looking forward to starting. I think like I was talking to you a little bit off air there, in times, you're so busy, the season comes and that came fast. But I think this year it's the opposite. I want to get going here. I want the season to start. I want to get playing games, and I'm really looking forward to that puck dropping on Saturday night.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining me up here. We'll take a short intermission, then we'll bring up the two sophomores here to get a little chat and some fun questions for you guys as well, so you're not off the hook. Coach, thanks so much for joining.
Okay, thanks, Anna. Thank you.
Welcome back to Mavericks All Access. We got our sophomores up here, goaltender Simon Latkoczy, and then another sophomore forward, Jacob Slipec. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. So year 2 is Maverick, starting with you, Jacob. What has this early training been like with this group so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun. I think I speak for everyone when I say we're itching to get going and get some games. You can only compete against each other for so long, so we're really excited to get some competition going.
It gets old hitting your own teammates, right? It has to.
Yeah.
You want a different opponent, I understand. Simon, for you, what was your biggest takeaway from the summer training?
I just try to focus on making some small improvements on the details and have some time off of the hockey. During the summer, I think that's a good time to not do hockey and do some other stuff, to spend some time with friends and family, which I did. And I think I'm energized to come to the new season, and I think that's the most important stuff. To be able to be good mentally, for the next season, and I think I'm ready.
Yeah, and just talking about those new guys coming in too, how has everyone been meshing together? Any team bonding that's helped out?
It's been awesome. Like, it's been a blast. I mean, we've been here since early July, and it's so easy for me to say, like, this is the closest group I've ever been with. And even, like, the new guys coming in, like, they gelled right in, and it's really felt like since day one we've been a family.
Jacob, for you, would you say the same sentiment of that?
Yes, I think so. That the thing that we come here like early in the July just brings the team together. You know, like you don't really play games, just spend some time with the teammates. You can do the fun stuffs and the fun parts too that you cannot do during the season. And I think that those stuffs always bring the teams more together. And yes, now we are ready for the season. And I think that all of us are excited.
Yeah, what's also cool is that guys from years in the past come back and train and hang out in Omaha with you guys as well. How would you describe the brotherhood of Omaha hockey?
Yeah, I mean, going back to what I said earlier, it's just like family. And I know like the older guys like Jake Pavanka and Tyler Weiss, who I played with last year, like now when I first got here, they were teaching me about, okay, like what it takes to be a college hockey player. And now I'm getting info on them of like, okay, like what's it like at that next level? So, and that's just only going to improve like down the road as they move up in pro. And as I get older, you know, here at Omaha, you know, I want to be that role model that they were for me, for the younger guys as well.
And I know Coach Gabs talks a lot about culture. Simon, what would you say is so important about that culture here at Omaha?
Yeah, that's the thing that I was thinking about, that the culture is really specific here, and not every team has the culture as we have here. I think that people or teammates that come to this team, they see the culture right away, and everyone fits perfectly here. If not, they are able to make the adjustments. I think that's a good thing, like commenting the players by the coaches, the kids that are able to like change and are willing to change and have the purpose to change, to do something better for a team or for you know, like for themselves in the future. And I think that's a big key of the success, just having a good culture.
Well, sophomore year for you guys, like we'd mentioned, it can be the biggest jump in a player's career. You guys are finally not the new guys, right? You're not being picked on by the team as much anymore, of course, but you have more confidence overall. How would you describe the jump from year one to year two?
Yeah, I mean, I think being more comfortable with the guys is a big one, especially coming into the summer last year. I mean, for me, it's like, you know, you're getting to know basically everyone. It's all new. Guys are getting to know you, and coming in now and feeling like you have more of a voice, and you know, I feel like, and I know Simon feels this too, we're talking about in the car here, a responsibility leadership wise of, you know, setting the tone of being a part of that culture. So we were brought in to help improve it and help maintain it, and now it's our job to do the same thing with the freshmen and just keep going forward every year.
Simon, for you in that leadership role, how important is that to you?
Yeah, I think it is important. I mean, like we have a great leadership group, which are the captains. I think that last year I learned a lot from them, and I think that the thing that they stayed here is huge for the team, and I think that like we know what we are supposed to do, and I think that we all can do it like just by listening to them. They have some stuff they need to do, and we can just learn from them and move it to the younger guys too. I think that now as being a sophomore, like I can say some stuff too, and I think that I have that power or the stuff that I can talk about. And I think that I just want to be helpful to my teammates and make everyone feel comfortable in this team.
So how excited were you guys knowing that you'd get that core group of captains back this season?
Unreal. I mean, I think I consider everyone on this team one of my best friends, but I'm especially close with Matt Miller, Jack Randall, and Nolan Sullivan. They were guys who, when I first came here, they were the most welcoming right away. And I know if I got something going on, whether it's in hockey or in life, like I can always count on those guys to be there. And so hearing their, like when they were coming back, I was thrilled.
How'd they tell you guys?
I knew pretty early. I knew Sully pretty early. Matt and Randy, they were kind of like figuring out how things were going, and they called me right away. They FaceTimed me when I was at home, and they said, hey, like I'm coming back. And I can't say what I said on camera, but very, very excited nonetheless.
How about for you, Simon? How exciting is that, just to have that core back?
I think it's important to have those three guys that are here, just like not being the teammates on the ice, but especially in the live. I think that like everything what we need, we can just talk to them. As Slipec said, that they're just like great human beings, and I think that's the one thing that is the most important about like making the friendships and being a team successful. And I think that like if you have a right leadership group, you can do whatever you want because everyone listens to those guys and they have the respect. And if the other guys do the same, we can really achieve something special here, and I hope we do.
So I'm looking up and down this roster, and I'm just seeing how much depth there is with this team. How competitive is practice with just how many guys you have?
Yeah, I mean, it's very competitive. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a team, and we're here to push each other to get better in practice every day. And guys do a great job of, Gab says it best, competing within the rules. And, that's for us as individuals to get better. But as guys get better as individuals, it helps the team get better as well. And guys do a great job of that.
Yeah, what's practice been like for you, Simon?
It's been fun. I mean, just competing with the new goalies, Sid Eisel and Will Craig. I think they just pushed me to the limits, and I was thinking about it that it might have been easier, like if it was just me here, but I wouldn't get better, So I'm really happy that the coaches always are able to find some guy that is able to push me to the limits, and I think that that's the key. If I want to get better, I need to have the competition every day, and not just on Fridays or Saturdays when I compete with the other goalie. Especially then, I compete just with myself, basically. So yeah, I'm really happy that we have great two other goalies on the ice and off the ice, and I'm just happy that we are such good friends.
I want to talk about last season. Lots of ups and downs throughout it. You beat number 1 Denver at one point, and then you lose the heartbreaker, of course, to North Dakota in the NCAA playoffs at home. Does that serve as motivation for you guys?
100%. I'm also a big believer of, every day is a new day. And so obviously, when North Dakota comes here, we go there. That's, it's in the back of the mind that, hey, like we want to prove it to you, like what we can do. And try not to think about it too much, but it is that added motivation for everyone. But we're a team who's, our gas tanks are already full. So that added is going to be scary. So they better watch out.
Any games circled on your calendar, Simon? Besides North Dakota, I mean, that one has to be.
Not really. I think that we are going to be successful if we are going to just focus on us, as the coach always says, the stuff like that. I mean, I think that's just how it is. At the moment you try to focus on the other team and on the opponent and just give him something back from last season. That's not really how I think about the stuff. I just feel like that we improved by that. Thanks to that loss, we learned some stuff, and I think that that just made us better for this season. So I take it positively, and that team actually made us better, and now we are gonna just play again, and now we are gonna win the games, and they will learn.
Yeah, and there's definitely two ways to think about it, right? You either come in with a blank slate and you forget everything that happened last season, or you come in with a little bit of a chip on its shoulder. Which one would you say this team prefers?
I think it's different for each guy. I mean, like you said, you can look at it from both ways, but at the end of the day, whether the outcome was, what you wanted or what you didn't want, you got to learn from it, like Simon was saying, and take the positives from it. And yeah, it sucks we lost, and but like he said, we learned from it, and we're gonna do everything we can to not let it happen again.
How about for you, Simon?
Yeah, I just really think that what happened, and we are better now, and I'm excited for every game we are gonna play, whether it is North Dakota or some other teams. I think that we just really need to focus on ourselves.
Yeah, what do you guys want that identity to be for this team this year?
I think just building off the same as last year. Like, you come into Baxter, you're not happy, you're not comfortable. And even when we go there, like wherever we're going, doesn't matter who it is. Like it's gonna be a tough night. It's gonna be a long night.
Simon, would you say the same?
Yes, I think so. I mean, playing just with with this group is special, and it was special last year too. Just some changes happened, but I think that that culture and that part of the program stayed here, and we just should continue with our jobs. And I hope that we are gonna prove it this year. As you said, maybe last season ended up a little bit earlier, no one expected it. I think that we could go forward as well, but that's behind us, and I really hope that we are gonna go forward this year, and I think that we will. I feel pretty confident about it.
Yeah, when you look to this season, what are you most looking forward to in just this new group, new year? What's the motto? What's the motivation?
Yeah, I mean, I think the motto is we're just a bunch of dogs. Like that's how we're gonna play.
Is that the secret motto that
just
you
dogs.
guys have been hiding?
Yeah,
It is,
just
it
dogs.
is.
That's all it is.
It's been leaked.
Yeah,
is.
like Simon keeps mentioning, the culture here, and that's what the culture is. It's we have a bunch of workers, we have a bunch of dogs who want to succeed, and that's from not just us as players, but that's from the coaching staff too. Everyone here wants the same goal, and that's to be successful.
Simon, are you a dog?
I'm not a dog, but
He's Matchka. He's Matchka.
I'm the cat. I'm
the cat.
Now, I think that for a team to be successful, you have to have dogs in the team, and you have to have skill guys. You have to have smart guys. Everyone has their role, I think, and I think that just the team is built like that, and I think that this team has everything that the right team to be successful has. So I feel like we're some of our dogs, some of our not, but when it comes to the ice, we are dogs on the ice.
I love that. Another thing to bring a chip on the shoulder, of course, pick 6th in the NCHC poll. I don't know who's making these polls. They just always put you guys 6 or 7. It feels like every single year, but you guys have continually exceeded those expectations. Again, I want to ask you, as players, do you look at that? Do you ignore it? What's the mindset there?
I mean, I'm on Twitter. I see it. Doesn't really do much for me. I mean, proved them wrong last year, prove them again this year. I mean, we're not doing it for them. We're doing it for us. We know what we're capable of, and I think Coach said it best too. Like as a group, we don't focus on that stuff. That's not our motivation. Our motivation is every day. Like how can we get better and be the best that we can be. And so, see it, shrug it off, doesn't mean much. We're just going to go about us.
Simon, same for you?
I agree. I think that if you want to be successful in something, you have to have that main goal, personally or team-wise. And then you have to have those steps that you do every day that are going to bring you there. The habits and the discipline that you do every day, no matter what and how you feel, if you're motivated or not. That's what we were talking about with Slipec a lot this year. That, many times you don't feel motivated and you just have to go through it, and basically you have to trust your habits and discipline, because if you are going to just do the work when you feel good, that's maybe 40% of the days in the season. And what about those 60%, you are not going to get better or what? You need to do those habits on a daily basis, no matter how you feel. Maybe when you feel better, you do it a bit extra, but you do those small habits every day, even when you don't feel good. And that's going to help us reach the goals that we have as a team, and I think that the goals are pretty high.
You should look into coaching, Simon, because that was pretty good. That's something Coach Gabs would exactly say. Round of applause there.
Thank you.
I want to dive into the personal journeys as well. Simon, you're from Slovakia. Can you tell us about where you grew up and where you're from?
So yes, I'm from Slovakia. It's a country in Central Europe, from the city called Trenčín. Many NHL superstars came from that city, like Zdeno Chara, Marin Gaborik, Marin Hossa, which you probably know. And so I started there in my hometown team, and when I was 16 or 17, something like that, I moved to US to play USA Joe hockey. And I played 3 years there, and now I'm here. So I'm happy that I'm here now.
So you probably knew a ton about Omaha, Nebraska growing up, right, in Slovakia?
No, I knew nothing, literally. Yeah.
What was the first thing you learned about Omaha or Nebraska?
That it's just the fields here and the corn. So,
that's all you need to know, right?
I guess.
So I want to ask you to teach us some words in your original language. Would you be willing to teach us a couple hockey terms?
Yeah, I can try.
Let's start with the easiest one. What's hockey?
That is easy one. That's just hockey.
Okay.
that is easy.
We can do that one, right, guys? All right, next one. How about team? Are these going to be really easy?
This is also really easy. It's also team. It's just spelled differently.
Okay, tell me a different one because I have no idea. I didn't take this language in high school.
Oh. All right, I'll say just hi.
Okay.
That's ahoy.
Ahoy.
Because I was thinking about stick. It's almost similar to, and the puck is puck too.
Okay.
So
yeah, we shouldn't have gone over those.
I'm
yeah.
not going more deeper in the hockey stuff. So hi is ahoy.
What's how are you?
Ako sa máš. He knows that too. You know some stuff.
I know a bit. I know Miliam Cha.
That's love me.
Yeah.
That's love you.
Yeah, love you.
What's that? Love you? Okay.
Yeah, love you. Say that to Simon every time before we go out on the ice. Yeah. Milium tam machka.
Yeah.
So
love you,
he's-
cat.
Yeah, he's giving me a bit. Yeah, Simon the cat.
Yep.
Any other ones fans should know?
I don't think that any of you are gonna go to Slovakia. So
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I do not know that, but no one would understand either.
All right, Simon. Well, what got you to Omaha? Why'd
What
you
brought
come
me?
here? Yeah.
I committed here in the summer 2021, and I hadn't been at a visit at that time, so I came to visit a year later, I think, and or maybe half a year later. And just the thing when I came here, like all those like nice people, especially like the coaching staff, like the way that they treat me, is something that like I started to love right away. The facilities we have, like Baxter, I don't think that many colleges have an opportunity to play at the rink like that. Whether it's the school, the campus, all those small stuffs, I just loved it. And the Exarban, which felt really European to me. Like I can walk wherever I want. So like that's something that I saw a little bit of home here right away. So that's why.
You found the one walkable community in Omaha, Nebraska is what you did.
Yeah.
Zarbin Village.
Yes.
There you go.
But they are building the next one. I learned in my real estate development class. It should be Papillon or something like that.
Papillion?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's gonna be like a Sarban too. I like that too.
Okay, Papillion. You're going to Papillion. I love it. Also want to ask, anything here in America, like kind of culture shock, anything weird Americans do? And there's so many things. So just wanted to ask.
There's a lot of things. I think that it's not weird, but I think that every country has a different culture. Like you cannot like compare them because like even in Europe, like in my country we do different stuff than do the people like in 3 countries above us. Like here are those like all the states. I think that I would say the states are like Europe because you can travel wherever you want easily. But I think that the culture is different. It's different continent, and I can be here like till the morning and talk about those stuff that are different. But like I don't think there is just one thing. There is many things, and I mean I don't mind it. I can I can live 2 different lives.
Are you confused why 90,000 people show up at a stadium to watch a football team? That is a 4-win team.
Yeah, that was interesting. I was happy I was a part of it.
Okay. Well, let's move on. Jacob, of course, your journey as well. So also not from America, from British Columbia. Can you tell us about where you grew up and how you came to know hockey?
Yeah, I grew up in a suburb 45 minutes from downtown Vancouver in BC there, and my parents didn't play hockey. I'm the oldest of 4. Started playing when I was 4 years old, and I played a lot of sports growing up, but hockey was always my number one. And so I think when I hit the age of 12, 13, that was it. Like I'm done with soccer and basketball and all the other sports I played. It's always been my love and my passion. And played junior hockey in BC for 4 years, and it was great. And then came here and. Yeah, it's not much different as a culture shock for me as Simon.
Just from Canada.
But so it's not. It's
America Junior, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna agree with that? Oh, wow.
I don't know about America Junior, but I can read the room. I know what to say. So.
So you're from White Rock, is that correct?
Yeah.
So a town of about 20,000 people. Now you're in Omaha playing in front of a sold-out Baxter Arena. How surreal is that for you?
Dream come true. I mean, it's awesome. Can't really put into words. I feel like you kind of just have to live it. I remember having the same feeling of when I started playing juniors. Same thing. I mean, that was only in front of 3,000 people, and like you said, now it's 8,000. I mean, thinking about it just like makes me smile. Like it's such a blessing, and I love that I have the opportunity to put the jersey on every Friday and Saturday night. And it's just it's couldn't come soon enough.
Where was your first love for hockey at? Where do you remember first kind of picking up a stick and hitting some people, I guess?
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good one. I would play road hockey with my dad a lot and my younger brother. So that was always great. And every Christmas, always new hockey stick from Santa. Every birthday, I want to rent out a rink and play with my buddies. So I think those ones are the big ones. And also watching.
You had a different Santa than I had.
Yeah. hockey night in Canada with the family. I mean, I could go on and on, but it's really all I've ever known and all I've ever loved.
Yeah, I also want to talk about just coming to Omaha. What was your decision there and why Omaha?
Yeah, so I first heard about Omaha actually from Michael Abgral. This is our 5th or 6th year actually in a row being teammates together. So I've been with him for a long time. We played together in Powell River, and I think I was 17 years old. He was 15, almost 16, and he committed there, and that was the first time I heard about Omaha. And my coach at the time, I remember he told me, he said, hey, like, Omaha's interested. They're going to reach out, and I waited, and they didn't reach out.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, no, I was a little upset. It was okay. I kept working, and then, eventually they reached out at the end of the year, and I was thrilled. And I was fortunate enough to come in here on a visit, and actually I hung out with my now roommate, Jimmy Glenn, and Nolan Sullivan. Despite what Gab says, he's a great guy. He is right about him being a homebody, though. He loves our couch. But hanging out with him and Sully was like awesome, like hearing their perspective on the culture here, and also not just hanging out with the coaching staff, but also hanging out with meeting Mike Lewis, Jason Smits, and Josh, and like all those guys. Like I knew right away when I came in here that everyone treated it like a family, and everyone had like the same goals, and seeing that from the coaching staff and the players and everyone else behind the scenes too, that's what really sealed the deal for me right away. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm in.
That's got to make you smile, Coach, over there. Just family's been the resounding word from all of that, for sure. Except for the miscommunication early on. But.
He wasn't playing good enough yet.
I didn't say it.
Is he now?
Yeah, he's up here now, Coach. How do you feel? All right, well, let's get to the fun stuff before we wrap the show up. We're going to call some teammates out because why not? We had Coach Gabs do it. We've got some different questions for you guys. First one, who is the messiest on the team? Whose locker is just a mess?
That's hard one.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
maybe Tanner? No.
Yeah, you know what? I'll spill some dirt on one of the guys because I know him so well. He won't be too mad at me. Michael Abgral, his room's a mess. At home, he has gotten a lot better. Like, that being said, I've known him since he was 15, so he's come a long way, but he's still got some work to do.
Okay, we'll let him know. Who is the most likely to go viral on TikTok?
Who does TikTok? No, I don't know. I don't really watch TikTok. I don't know who does it from our teammates.
I know Vic made one.
Okay.
Mancini a couple years ago, and he kind of like blew up on there. I mean,
I can see that.
He's a tall, handsome guy, so I could see him blowing up on TikTok.
All right, next one. Who has the highest screen time? Who's always on their phone?
Michael Abgral. I think so.
Really calling him out
know.
here.
I don't know. Who else? Probably many of us.
Yeah.
But it's not just one specific guy. I don't know.
Depends on the app. I mean, fantasy football right now.
Rolly.
Rolly's on his phone a lot. All we hear about is trades constantly on fantasy.
Simon, are you in on the fantasy football?
I'm not. I mean, I don't really understand football. I mean, I didn't. I'm trying to learn some stuff now. I like to watch it. I like to watch quarterbacks, but
Patrick Mahomes is good. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Not this last game though. Not that good.
No, I don't play fantasy.
All right, biggest prankster on the team. Who's pulling pranks? Who's the funny guy?
Funny guy's Rolly.
That's what we were talking about before too when you gave this question.
I think you said
Coach.
Jimmy Glenn, Coach, didn't you?
You know what? I should have said Rolly.
He's taking things back now.
Yeah, no, Jimmy's funny too, but Rolly's got like the best one-liners, whether we're like in the room or even on the ice. Like Rolly.
That's the stuff that Coach doesn't hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another really good question. Who would you choose to go on The Bachelor from this team?
I don't know.
Sully.
Sully?
Nolan Sullivan?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
I have this saying about Sully. It's like I love him so much I hate him because I can't find anything wrong with him. I can never be mad at him. So it's gotta.
He's too perfect?
I mean, perfect, you go on that show, there's going to be some drama, so I'd like to see...
You need a bunch of women to just tear him apart, is what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
See how he responds.
Okay.
What's his R?
Which teammate would you want as a partner on the show Survivor? Who would you pick?
Joe, for sure.
Because he can make fires or what?
No,
he's just
he can figure out whatever, like
ultimate outdoorsman.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll have to get him on the show. Ask him some outdoorsy questions.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, okay, this last one's gonna be pretty controversial. Who has the best hair on the team? We've got two pretty good hair styles up here, so you can't say yourselves.
Victor.
Zane Beck?
No? Oh, I like Hurrdat.
Oh yeah, Hurrdat has great hair.
Right now, yeah. After the haircut, it's good.
Yeah, Hurrdat. I'm trying to think.
I would
who
say
else.
him.
Yeah.
That's for me. What would you say?
Man, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go with Obs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Obs.
So how do you keep the hair nice if you're wearing helmets all the time? What's the key?
Simon?
Wow, I don't know. Like, I have it under the helmet. So.
I wish I could give you a beauty routine, but it's just dry it off and get out of there.
Wow. Okay. Shampoo, conditioner,
Just whatever's
Hair
there.
mask.
Whatever we have in the
Yeah,
locker room.
whatever.
some Pantene.
Yeah, whatever Smitty's providing, that's what I'm throwing in.
Oh, okay. So we're just trusting the equipment manager, Jason.
We do.
Yeah.
What does he buy? You guys just don't know.
I mean, he's got a buzz cut, so I don't. I don't think he's buying much.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
All right, should we do one more segment? Are we having fun? Should we do another one? Do we have some time? Okay. All right, this next one, we're going to do some Nebraska trivia. So obviously these guys are not from America, and we want them to get to know our state a little bit more. So I have multiple choice questions. You guys are a team together. I'll give you the question and the three options. I'm going to turn my laptop screen this way. First one, which drink was created in Nebraska? Lipton tea, Fanta, the drink, the orange drink, or Kool-Aid?
I think that those first two are like really well known. Would it be
What
from
are you
here?
saying?
Would it be from here? I don't know.
Dude, I don't know. I'm gonna go with Lipton.
I
would
that-
think Lipton.
But we would see those stuffs here somewhere, like just like on the billboards, wouldn't we?
I think the audience is trying to help you out.
What were the options again? What were the options?
Lipton tea, Fanta, Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Kool-Aid.
That's right.
Yeah, we got it. There you go.
Oh, yeah, give him the ding. Give him the ding. Okay. Which famous person is from Nebraska? Lady Gaga, Larry the Cable Guy, Kevin Hart.
I kind of expected that you were gonna say Warren Buffett.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for
That is
too.
way
Yeah.
too easy.
But,
Lady Gaga, Larry the Cable Guy, or Kevin Hart?
yeah.
You got it.
The second one.
Larry the Cable Guy, get her done. Okay, next one. Which sandwich was invented in Omaha? The Reuben, the cheeseburger slider, or the ham and Swiss?
Probably the first one. What do you think?
Let me just look
Not
at the
ham and
crowd
cheese.
quickly.
Not ham and cheese.
No, Reuben.
Reuben's
Reuben?
correct.
Yeah.
Woo! Apparently in like Blackstone area. Great Reubens down there. Which is Nebraska's state bird? The blue jay, the meadowlark, or the goldfinch?
I feel like
I
it's
don't know.
Blue Jay because of Creighton. Isn't it Creighton? It is Creighton Blue Jays, right?
Creighton is the Blue Jays.
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna. I mean, I want to.
Okay,
What
let's
are
do
you
it.
thinking?
Let's do it.
No,
Yeah.
what are you got this one.
Blue Jays.
Incorrect. I'll give you another try. Meadowlark, blue jay, goldfinch.
Simon, you got this one.
So it's either the meadowlark or the goldfinch.
We can go with a B now because I think that like when you do a test, you always go like A, B, C.
Now we're getting the strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Incorrect. It's a meadowlark. That's
why I
okay.
don't
Most
have a
people
good
don't know that one.
grades.
Okay, here's another good one. What was the name of the NBA team Omaha used to be a part of? So they used to share an NBA team, if you guys didn't know that. Which one was the franchise? The Kings, the Pistons, or the Grizzlies?
Pistons or Grizzlies.
Well, I think it's
Look into
it's
the
not the
crowd
Grizzlies.
too, guys.
I think it's the Kings.
Final answer?
Okay.
Kings.
Kings. That's correct. It was the Kansas City Omaha Kings back in the day. Nate Archibald played on that team. Which famous athlete is from Omaha? Dan Marino, Wilt Chamberlain, or Bob Gibson?
Oh, I thought you were really gonna say Terrence Crawford.
Guys,
Damn it.
this isn't a walk in the park. Come on.
You pick one.
What were the options?
Dan Marino, Bob Gibson, Wilt Chamberlain.
I'll go with Wilt.
Nope. One more try.
Simon.
It's a baseball player.
Bob.
It's Bob. Bob Gibson. There you go.
I don't know you remember
St. Louis
Bob.
Cardinals. It's just Bob. All right, last one. I hope and pray you guys get this one because if not, all of Nebraska is going to hate you.
Oh, no.
Which fast food chain was created in Nebraska? Long John Silver's, Runza, Five Guys. Oh, no.
We're not from here, you know? Like, we're only sophomores. One more time, the options.
Long John Silver's,
Yeah.
Runza, Five Guys.
Okay. I mean, I see Runzas everywhere.
You do?
Yeah, I'd assume it's Runza. And that in every class I've ever been in, I don't know why, like fast food always comes up. And every single person who's from Nebraska, when I tell them I've never had a Runza, they say, oh, you have to go to Runza.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, do that.
So I feel like, I'm going to go with Runza.
That's
There you go.
correct.
There you go.
Woo! Guys, way to go. I would say you passed the Nebraska test. Would you guys say so? Yeah? Officially Nebraska's. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Audience, thank you again for being here. We really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting Mavericks All Access. We'll be here every single month. You can catch us on Tuesday nights. Guys, good luck this season. Can't wait to watch you. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you.